Hey guys, it's Crazy Cubing. Welcome back, and today I'm going to be giving my review on the Moyu Weilong WRM 2021 Maglev. Alright, so I really like this cube, and it's definitely my new main. I honestly think performance-wise, I think that this is a little bit better than the RS3M 2021, which is my old main, but I do think that it feels really, really nice. And what I mean by that is that the turning is super smooth and effortless feeling, and it's also relatively quiet compared to my old main, which sounded more like this. And it would do that sometimes, but not a huge problem. Oh, quarter twist. I don't think that happens very often. And wow, it's hard to do algorithms while looking through a camera. This cube has adjustable magnets as well, which is something that my old main did not have. As you can see right there, we have numbers 1 to 5 going around the magnet, and you can turn it. 1 is the strongest setting, and 5 is actually the weakest. So it's the opposite of what you might think, but I mean, as long as you can remember that, they're pretty easy to adjust and memorize. I do think that setting 5 being the weakest is really, really weak. It almost feels like there's no magnets. While you're turning, you can't really feel them. But when setting 1, which is what I have it on, is pretty strong, not overly strong. I would like the overall magnets to be a little stronger, because I think the strongest setting is a little bit weaker than what some people would like. I mean, it's probably a little bit stronger than what I would like, but I think that setting 2, or the second strongest, isn't strong enough. I think that they're very different, so I just use 1, and I like it. It's plenty stable. The turning is effortless and super fast, which I put some silk in to slow it down, and it also made it more quiet and even more smooth. So now I would compare it to the feeling of a GameCube, although it's not exactly the same. It's pretty similar, but it does have its differences, as this feels a lot more effortless and more of a glide. GameCubes kind of feel, I don't really know how to describe it, but they just feel smooth and like, I don't know how to describe it. It's not the same as this, but this is more like an effortless glide and a little bit crunchy with the snappy corner cutting. You can kind of hear it, but yeah, I really like this cube, and compared to the RS3M, it just feels a lot higher quality. I would also say that this does feel a little bit like the X-Band Tornado V2 when it's set up, which is, I don't have it, but I have a friend that has it, and I've tried it, and it's really smooth and quiet, and this is kind of like that. It feels really similar, but the corner cutting isn't the same. The corner cutting is obviously better. As you can see, if we check out corner cutting, 45 degrees is pretty easy. It snaps kind of hard, though. And then more than 45, it's a little bit tough. And then reverse is not amazing when you're testing, but in solves, I feel like the reverse corner cutting, so if you do a reverse corner cut like this, in this angle, it might not go as well as if you do it like this. But if you do it in solves is when corner cutting matters more, because you're not just going to be doing this in solves randomly, and you're not going to, like, in the middle of an algorithm, you're not going to be like this and try to turn. That doesn't really happen. And so I feel like the corner cutting on this is actually pretty decent in solves. I feel like it's never really locking up on me that bad. I mean, no cube is perfect. Every cube is going to have its catches and lockups at some point. But I feel like this cube locks up less than the RS3M 2021. As you can see, the corner cutting when testing is actually better than the Worm 2021. But in solves, I feel like the RS3M doesn't corner cut as well. As you can see, even from there, it's not going to go. Well, with this, if you try that, it just goes. So I think that this cube is overall better than this. This is more controllable. But I do think this cube being really fast and also quite stable is great, but its speed may be something you might not be used to, and you may need some slower lube to control it. You can also get a core magnet kit, and it will make it a lot like the GAN 11M Pro, where it's really stable and really fast. And I think that is pretty awesome, but it is kind of pricey, so you have to make up your mind on that. I honestly think I might get it, but so far it's been out of stock ever since I wanted to buy it at every store I've checked, so I'll just have to wait and see. And overall adjustability, I feel like on this cube is pretty great, where there's the adjustable magnets. And then on this cube, there are no adjustable magnets, and the magnets out of the box are actually pretty weak. Not super weak, but weaker than I think a lot of people would like. And then this cube, out of the box, it's already on the strongest setting, which is the one I use, so I think that's great. And then in the core, we have this blue circle thing. This is just the elasticity. You'd use this for spring compression, but I keep it on the lowest because since this is a Maglev cube, pushing the repelling magnets together creates a weird force, and the more you push them together, it's the same, but there's more resistance on it. I don't really want to go into it right now because this is not a science channel, but I do think that it is really weird, and I think the corner cuts are actually pretty tough the more you do it, so I just keep it on the lower setting. And then for screws, I try to get my tensions even, but I'm not too picky about them. About this much. Yeah, the right side is looser, but I don't care that much. It's not really a difference I can feel in my solves. I did some solves with this cube, and I think it is pretty awesome. Definitely my new main. I'm glad I got it. And the other cube I was considering with this was the GAN 11M Duo. Of course, it is about the same speed, probably, maybe a little bit less fast than this cube, but it is more stable. But the reason I got this cube instead of the GAN 11 was so that I could put the core magnets in it. If you're going to go for this or the GAN 11, I would probably say this, because I do think that the core magnets would probably make a big difference. And if you do get the core magnets for this cube, you can still adjust them by adding extra magnets onto them. I did notice a problem with the grip on the cube, but I'm not exactly sure what's going on there, but I feel like sometimes it's kind of sticky and sometimes it's kind of slippery, which makes it hard for my fingers to slide on the cubes during algorithms, which can be a problem. I'm not exactly sure, but it's not a huge issue. It's just that sometimes my hands do get stuck and it does make algorithms feel weird. So yeah, that's something I definitely have noticed. So yeah guys, this is a great cube and I'm glad I got it. I recommend you go pick one up if you are willing to. And yeah, just have a great day and we'll see you next time. Bye.